There we go. So today we're going to look at our ELA, which is really, really simple. We have very little to do in ELA today. You will need your handwriting book and a pencil, and then we're going to complete letters V, Y, W, and X, K, Z in the handwriting workbook. And you will also do your IXL language today, and I'll show you that after we're done with this. And our question for today is, how can we make our letters look great when we're writing? Oh, and the handwriting book pages are not here. Wow, we're having technical difficulties today. Okay, let me go ahead and stop presenting, and I'll just show you the page. I'll just show you the page. Okay, so, I don't know if it's page 14, Jaden, because all of the page numbers are different. There is a problem with the people who made the book. They gave each book different page numbers. So I'm not going to tell you what page number because I don't know what page number you have, but it looks like this. It says V, Y, W at the top. We're going to be working on that one together. And then X, K, and Z. X, K, and Z. So it might be page 14 and 15, but if it doesn't say 14 and 15 at the bottom, don't worry about it. Just make sure you are working on those letters today. Okay? So for V, Y, and W, those are letters that have slants in them, and X, K, and Z do as well. Thank you, Jaden and Tanya. I actually don't need you guys to use the chat box right now. It's okay. Everybody has different page numbers, so we're not going to worry about the page numbers. Okay? We're just going to worry about what letters are we working on today. We're working on letters V, Y, W, and letters X, K, and Z. So, of course, you need to trace and write the letters. And when you get to the little sign that says stop, you should go back and circle your letter that looks the nicest. So on every line, when you see this little stop sign, you should go back and circle your letter that looks the nicest. Now on the bottom of the page for V, Y, and W, it says circle two letters with good spacing between them. So when you're writing your words, all of the letters in your words should have equal spacing in between them. It's not a lot of space, but just a little bit of space so that the letters aren't touching. Your letters should never be touching, and they should definitely never be overlapping. Remember, the point of having good handwriting is that it makes it so much easier for everybody else to read what you've written. So if your handwriting is poor, it makes it very difficult for people to read your handwriting, especially your poor teacher who is old and has bad eyes. It's very difficult to read if your handwriting is messy. So having proper handwriting will make it much easier on me and everybody else who's trying to read your writing. Now on page X, K, and Z, we have similar slanting letters there. So make sure that your letters that you've written look exactly like the model, and make sure you are doing the strokes how they're showing it. And they have little numbers next to them, so it'll tell you in which order to write each part of each letter. And then on the bottom of page X, K, and Z, it says circle your best word that is straight up and down. So remember, when we are writing manuscript words or just plain handwriting, we want our letters and words to go straight up and down. So it says circle your best word that goes straight up and down. So keep that in mind as you are writing. I'm gonna go ahead and let you do those 2 pages on your own, but I wanna go to our Google Classroom to show you our IXL lesson for today. So in classwork, if you go to classwork, and I think ELA is up here somewhere. Where are you, ELA? Aha, it says ELA Short Week Language Practice Thursday. And if you click on it, it will say IXL, and click on the link, and it says identify the simple subject or predicate. Identify the simple subject or predicate of a sentence. So you should work on this IXL after you're done with your handwriting. I noticed that quite a few of you didn't do your IXL yesterday. So if you didn't have a chance to do that yesterday, make sure you go back and do that today. The link for that is in yesterday's ELA lesson. Questions about our handwriting or our IXL so far? All we do is handwriting. No, Jaden, we need to do our handwriting and then we need to do our IXL lesson, like I just said. Okay, other questions?
Miss Walters?
Yes.
So, when can you tell me this? I'm not sure. I know I took the test yesterday, but just to make sure, can I see if I did? Because I think something went wrong or something, but if that does, I'll reach it.
Okay, sure. So yesterday was Wednesday. On Tuesday, I asked you all to take the diagnostic in the afternoon, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have assigned language arts lessons in IXL that I needed you guys to do. So you've had 3 language arts lessons you were supposed to have done now for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and your diagnostic on Tuesday. So that was actually 4 total things I need to do in IXL this week. Does that make more sense, Andrew? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and move on to our writing. We have another quick write today. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let me take a look here. And we'll go down to writing. It says writing Thursday, quick write. And it says, everyone changes his or her mind sometimes. So remember in the story, Pepita Talks Twice, she said that she's not going to speak Spanish anymore, and then she's just going to speak English. Well, she changed her mind. Something happened that made her change her mind. Her dog almost got hit by a car, so she realized that speaking Spanish is important and really helpful sometimes. So she changed her mind and she said, okay, I'm gonna speak Spanish now, even though I didn't really want to. So think of a time for your writing today. Think of a time when you decided to do something and then you changed your mind about it. Now write about the time you changed your mind. And please write at least 5 sentences. So this one's kind of tricky. Does anybody want to share something that they think they might write about today? A time that they changed their mind? Cadence, go ahead.
So one time when I said I wouldn't play the Roblox with my sister, the next day I actually did because I really loved her.
Okay, there you go. That would be a good thing to write about. Absolutely. And it can be something really simple. Like yesterday, I was going to make banana bread in my kitchen, but then I realized that I didn't have one of the ingredients. So I changed my mind and I said, well, I'm not going to make it today, but I'll make it this weekend when I have time to go to the grocery store. So sometimes you can change your mind about something kind of simple, right? And there's usually a good reason for it. Does anybody else want to share something that they maybe changed their mind about?
I would.
Okay, go ahead.
So some of you may not know this, but I was on Kindle looking for an Owl Diaries book, and then I changed my mind because I saw a brand new Dogman book.
There we go. Nice.
I changed my mind and read partially through that.
Sometimes there are better options. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But it just stopped at Flip-O-Rama because it did say send a free sample. So I asked Mama to order it, but for those of you who didn't know, it was in the Dogman book.
Nice. And Anderson, did you have something you wanted to share?
I do.
Yes, go ahead.
So my mom, this is something, it's not exactly something that I did, but it's something that my mom made a cake. I did not eat, and the icing tasted horrible, so I stopped eating it.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Anderson. I know. I've changed my mind about food too. My husband really likes a food called what is it called? I can't think of it right now, but it's basically fried squid. And I thought, ew, that sounds so gross. But and I didn't want to eat it at all. But he said, no, it's really good. Try it. And so I tried it, and I changed my mind. Oh, calamari. That's what it's called. It's called calamari. And I don't know if any of you have ever had calamari before. But I changed my mind about it once I tried it for the first time because it was actually really delicious. So yeah, I have changed my mind about certain kinds of seafood that I didn't really like in the past. I've had a hard time getting used to seafood, but but now I like some things a little bit more. Cadence?
So I love calamari because the first time I tried it was at Cheesecake Factory, and it tastes so good.
Yeah, I had to be talked into it. I'll admit I did. Jaden?
On Roblox, there's a cooking game, and I still try to learn.
Nice. Very cool. All right, you guys. Well, I just wanted to help you brainstorm that. Oh, I'm sorry, Judah. I didn't see you. Go ahead.
Can you write about two things in these things, or just one?
Just write about one thing and tell me more about it, okay?
Can I write about the time where I used to hate cheeseburgers?
Yes, definitely. All right. So I just wanted to help you guys with brainstorming some things you could write about because I know that's kind of a tricky topic. So you have 3 tasks. Please do your handwriting pages and then take a picture of them and turn them in. Do your IXL language for today and then do your Thursday quick write. And I will see you back at 2:30 for closing circle and our read aloud. Okay?
Bye.
Have a good afternoon.